Hey guys, my name is Gustavo David Ortiz and I am with the Mathison-Klein Group, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the 7 misconceptions that people have about buying a home. One, so most people seem to think that they need 20% down in order to purchase a home. This is actually a myth. There are plenty of people who purchase homes all the time with very much less than 20%. Now, there are programs that do require 20%, but that is not necessarily the norm. There are programs from 20% down to $0 in order for you to purchase a home. The best thing for you to do really is to chat with a lender, and a lender is going to give you the best circumstance that's going to work for your situation. So that would be my recommendation if you're looking to purchase a home. Chat with a lender. Number 2, the next thing that people seem to have a myth about is that you need a 640 credit score in order for you to buy a home. Now, while most programs will probably prefer that you be above 640 in order for you to qualify for a loan, that is not necessarily the case all the time. This is, again, another situation where if you chat with a lender, you're going to be in the best position, that they're going to be able to provide you the best scenario that's going to fit for your particular situation. So I myself have sold homes to people who have much less than a 680 credit score or 640 credit score. So I wouldn't necessarily assume that because you have less than a 640 that you can't buy a home. 3, for some reason, it seems to be the situation that people think that if they go into a purchase without a realtor, they're going to save money somehow. What they don't seem to understand is that the commission structure of a realtor has already been pre-negotiated with the seller. This is something that actually the seller pays, and what's awesome about that is the seller pays both the listing agent's commission as well as the buying agent's commission. You see, the price of the property is really a market value, and the seller is willing to pay a portion of that market value in order for them to sell their house. No one's going to pay more than what the house is worth. So if they're going to go ahead and buy a home, it makes no sense that going in without a realtor that you would save any money at all, because the seller is still going to try to sell it at market value. Okay, 4. So I have a lot of buyers asking about renovation project homes. So, they want to try to get a deal and then flip them for themselves. So they're probably getting that from HDTV, seeing these investors buy homes, flip them, and then they look immaculate at the end. So what we forget is that they have either a whole team of people that actually work with them to give them discount rates to do all of that work, or they are themselves super hyper handy and they can fix all of those things and do those renovations themselves. If you are a regular Joe like me and can basically just do the basics in terms of fixing up homes and not really doing major renovations, I would not recommend buying a renovation home. I would recommend just getting a home that works for you, doing some major or rather some minor cosmetic stuff, and then you could always do some major renovations later on down the line. So that's what I would recommend as opposed to buying a renovation home. Okay, 5, inspections. So I've had a number of new construction buyers who are going to buy in a new community and decided they didn't want to do an inspection because the home was brand new. I would highly discourage this practice. Inspections are really critical to the process. You're spending a lot of money to purchase a home, and you want to make sure that the home is in good order. Just because it's been newly built does not mean there were not mistakes made. So I would highly recommend, if you're going to be buying a new construction home, that you spend the few $100s that it costs in this investment in getting an inspection. Okay? 6. Okay. Asking price. So the price that you guys see on the MLS or on Zillow or on Trulia or whatever the case, right? Many people think that those prices are not negotiable, that that's the price that the house is and that's the end. The good thing that you're going to find if you work with a realtor is figuring out the motivation of the seller. So those prices are always negotiable, and typically, depending on the seller's motivation, you may be able to actually get a much better deal depending on what their motivations are. So for example, if a seller is wanting to move very, very quickly and you're able to close very quickly, they may be willing to give a bigger concession on the price of the home because of your willingness to close much more quickly. So I would say that every time you go into a home, that the price that you see is negotiable every single time. Last and final point, all right. Whenever you're going to check with your lender to find out if you're qualified, okay, you definitely want to take the time and shop that around, because different lenders are going to have different products, are going to offer you different rates, and you may even mesh well with one lender versus another. And when it comes to your money, you want to make sure you're working with someone you're comfortable with. The misconception is that all of these lenders are going to pull your credit and they're going to ultimately have a negative impact in your credit score. That's actually not true. So when they pull your credit the first time, within the first 30 days, your different lenders are allowed to go ahead and pull that credit again without having a negative impact on your score. So I would definitely say, if you're going to go, when it's time for you to actually go and get your pre-qualification, you shop that around and make sure you get the best option possible for your circumstances. Okay, so those were the 7 misconceptions that we hear from our buyers in terms of buying a home. If you liked what you heard and you found any value in it, please share. If you have any questions, go ahead and give us a call at 352-432-3200. Really, I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.